One of the more interesting game announcements this year is that they're making a Call of Cthulhu game, and I think it's Frogware Interactive or something like that. And I thought it'd be good to talk about the previous Call of Cthulhu game, Dark Corners of the Earth. I think it was Xbox, PS2, PC, and this one was released in 2005, so sort of the end of the Xbox life cycle. And I remember seeing it at E3, although it was at a tiny booth or something, or maybe I couldn't find it. They would just had like press events, but I was sort of following the game for a while, and then when it came out, I didn't even realize it. And so finally, I picked it up at one point and got a chance to play it. And it's really a tough game to talk about because I want to like it, but they make it very hard to like the game. So firstly, I played the game on easy. I play almost all games on easy. You should know that. I talk about it all the time. I also play with walkthroughs a lot. I think I played with a walkthrough for this. But they really did a cool job. I guess it's technically based on the Chaosium Call of Cthulhu tabletop or board game or some sort of Call of Cthulhu IP, and so they merge a number of H.P. Lovecraft stories, even some which don't seem to really fit together, into this this sort of cool amalgamation of all these different Lovecraft things. So you really feel like you're in a Lovecraft story, or in many Lovecraft stories. I think like Shadow of Innsmouth, and there's some Cthulhu stuff, and there's some alien stuff. I forget the name. I probably should have prepared and written them all down, but then again, it'll be spoilers. So they got the cool H.P. Lovecraft mythos, and you really feel the Lovecraft, and it feels great to be in the Lovecraft world and like playing through a story, and I think that's sort of the biggest strength to the game. And I think the biggest weakness is the gameplay, which is a strange thing to say, but I don't know if it was a question of balance, or they were, targeting a different sort of audience, or they had to rush it out, but the gameplay is, like, brutally unforgiving. So, like, firstly you get damage, and then you get damage to specific parts of the bodies, and then you have to use health kits, but the health kits only have, like, certain number of repairs. For if you hurt your leg, then you need a splint, and so you only have a certain number of splints, and they're all sort of, like, limited, and so you really have to... Well, I mean, it's really tough, because you have to sort of juggle your health kits and make sure you have the right pieces and figure out when to heal, because you also bleed to death and stuff, so you can't wait too long. I don't know. It was a mess, and they have stealth, and I think the stealth was poorly implemented. I mean, I'm sort of a big critic of stealth, although, I mean, like, we have some stealth-ish things in Neverending Nightmares, but, I mean, if you play them, it certainly doesn't feel like more traditional stealth, and so, I think the stealth was really hard, and the shooting was not very good, and, there was this one boss fight, which, like, I watched, like, 3 videos of how to do it on the internet. I think I spent, like, an hour and a half on this one boss fight, which, like, is supposed to be really easy, I think. You just have to, like, stab this guy a couple times or something. But, like, oh my gosh, it was a nightmare. I finally got through it, through sheer luck, and I think I was cheating, the AI, and, like, hiding where he couldn't get me, and... yeah, so it's definitely a flawed game, and I suspect they had trouble with development, because I think they sort of released it with very little fanfare, at the end of the Xbox and PlayStation 2 life cycle. It feels very dated, and perhaps more dated than it should. Like, the character models aren't very good, and, like, half the people are, like, this wide and built like gorillas. So it definitely feels dated, and I mean, I don't know. I don't think I really recommend playing it unless you're very curious and you know, appreciate brutally unforgiving games. But it did a really great job of capturing that sort of Lovecraftian feeling, and I almost find it hard to put into words exactly how they did that. Besides, you know, drawing elements from specific stories, which obviously goes a long way. But I mean, I guess I just really wanted to like it because I liked being in you know, a Lovecraft story. But it's it's definitely flawed in many ways. But it should be interesting to see how the new one, the new Call of Cthulhu, I don't remember the name of it, but I think it's Frogware or something. They do like Sherlock Holmes games or something, so it'll be interesting to see if it can capture that same Lovecraftian feeling and have some better gameplay mechanics. So, fingers crossed. Anyway, thanks for watching.